11th November, Saint Martin of Tours. Martin had been born to pagan parents in the year 316 in Hungary. When he was 12, he began to think about a serious question. Should he remain a pagan and believe in many gods, or should he accept the one God of the Christians? Martin became a catechumen. A few years later, Martin was met with another dilemma. His father served in the Roman army, so at 15, Martin became a soldier too. Yet, one question bothered him. Should he follow Christ, or should he kill others for the Roman Empire? Martin prayed. Then he quit the army. When Martin was 54, another dilemma leapt into his life. By that time, Martin had gathered a group of hermits into a monastic community, the first in France. But the people of Tours insisted that Martin leave the monastery and become their bishop. Martin prayed. Then he went to the cathedral at Tours to be the bishop. But he did not live in a luxurious home, rather in a monk's cell. There, Martin taught the people all he knew about God's kingdom. He preached the good news that God loved all people, pagan and Christian, sinner and saint. One of the most famous stories about Martin of Tours occurred when he was still a soldier. One day, it is said, he met a beggar wearing rags. He took his sword and cut his military cloak in half and gave half to the poor man for his warmth. That night, Martin dreamed that Jesus was wearing the half of a cloak he had given away. During the Middle Ages, Martin's cloak became a relic that French kings would take into battle. Martin died in France in 397 at the age of 81, and at his request, he was buried in a cemetery with the poorest of the poor. Soon, pilgrims traveled to his grave at Tours. Today, in many countries in Europe, Saint Martin's feast day is celebrated widely. Martin's worry about cooperation with evil reminds us that almost nothing is either all black or all white. The saints are not creatures of another world. They faced the same perplexing decisions that we do today. Any decision of conscience always involves some risk. Let us risk to do good, and we too will be saints. Saint Martin is the patron of horses and soldiers.